There comes a time when we're faced with a choice: to take a stand or to remain silent, to hold firm or to be swayed by the opinions and expectations of others. This choice defines who we are and what we value. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. What does it mean to stand for something? It means living in alignment with your core values. It means having principles that guide your actions, even when the world is pressuring you to compromise. It's about conviction, knowing what you believe in, and being unshakable in the face of opposition. History is full of people who stood for something. Martin Luther King stood for equality and justice. Rosa Parks believed in dignity and fairness. These were individuals who could have chosen the easier path of silence and compliance, but instead they stood tall. And because they did, they changed the course of history. But this isn't about famous names and grand gestures. It's about you and me. Every day we face moments that test our resolve. Moments when we're asked to compromise our values for convenience, approval, or comfort. Maybe it's standing up for someone who's been mistreated. Maybe it's saying no to an opportunity that doesn't align with your integrity. Or maybe it's simply having the courage to pursue your dreams even when others don't believe in them. Standing for something doesn't mean the road will be easy. In fact, it's the opposite. It takes courage to hold firm when others are telling you to let go. It takes strength to remain grounded when life feels like a storm. But the reward is always worth it. Because when you stand for something, you stand taller. You build self-respect. You inspire others to find their own courage. See, when you go through life without a clear set of values or beliefs, you become like a ship without an anchor, drifting wherever the tide takes you. You start chasing approval instead of purpose, conforming to what others expect instead of defining your own path. The world doesn't need more people who follow the crowd. It needs people who stand out, people who are willing to step up, even when it's uncomfortable. The first step is knowing what you believe in. Take some time to reflect on your values, your goals, and the person you want to be. Write it down. Make it real. Then live with those values every day. Let them guide your decisions. But be prepared to face challenges. Not everyone will agree with you. Not everyone will understand. That's okay. Standing for something isn't about pleasing everyone. It's about staying true to yourself. Remember that standing for something doesn't mean you can't grow or change. Your values may evolve as you gain new experiences and perspectives. What matters is that you're intentional about who you are and what you stand for. So take a stand. Take a stand for your values, for your dreams, for the person you want to become. Because if you don't, the world will decide for you. And trust me, that's a far greater loss. Success is not something you chase, it's something you attract by becoming valuable. In every arena, whether it's sports, business, relationships, or life itself, the rewards go to those who bring the most value. Not the loudest, not the flashiest, but the ones who consistently show up and offer something meaningful to the table. Value is what sets you apart. It's the edge that makes you indispensable. You don't become valuable by demanding recognition, attention, or opportunities. You become valuable by working on yourself, sharpening your skills, and offering something that no one else can. The most valuable players in sports aren't the ones who talk about greatness. It's the ones who put in the hours, perfect their crafts, and lift the team when it matters most. In business, the most successful companies aren't chasing trends. They're creating solutions, solving problems, and making life easier for their customers. The principle is universal. If you want success, focus on what you're bringing, not what you're getting. But becoming valuable isn't easy. It requires effort, discipline, and a willingness to grow. It means looking in the mirror and asking yourself, what can I offer that no one else can? Or how can I improve today so I'm better tomorrow? These are tough questions, but they're the ones that lead to greatness. Value starts with mastery. Master your craft, your role, your strengths. If you're an athlete, train harder. If you're in business, study the market, understand your customers, and find innovative ways to serve. Whatever your field, become a student of excellence. The world doesn't reward mediocrity. It rewards those who've committed to being the best version of themselves. And here's another truth. Value is also about character. It's not just what can you do, it's about how you show up. Are you dependable? Are you a problem solver? Are you the kind of person people want to work with, follow, or be around? Value is as much about who you are as it is about what you can produce. Now let's address the temptation to chase success. Many people spend their lives running after opportunities, trying to grab what they think they deserve. But chasing is exhausting and it often leads nowhere. Instead, focus on becoming so good, so skilled, so valuable that success can't ignore you. When you're valuable, the opportunities will find you. Understand that the world rewards value. It rewards unique skills, ideas, and energy. Don't wait for someone to give you a chance. Create your own. Don't sit back and hope for success to knock on your door. Become the kind of person success seeks out. So how do you start? Commit to constant improvement. Look for ways to serve others. Focus on contribution rather than competition. And remember, value isn't built in a day. It's built daily through small, consistent actions that lead to extraordinary results. Success doesn't come to those who want it. It comes to those who earn it by becoming valuable. So stop chasing, start becoming. Build yourself into the kind of person who adds so much to the world that the rewards naturally flow to you. Your time, your energy, your focus, they're your investments. And the more you invest in becoming valuable, the more the world will invest in you. Every champion, whether in sports, business, or life, has something in common. They think differently. It's not just their skills that set them apart, it's their mindset. A champion's mindset is built through discipline, focus, and the ability to overcome obstacles. The good news is that you don't have to be born with it. You can develop it. Becoming a champion isn't just about winning. It's about showing up every day and doing the work, even when no one is watching. So let's explore what it takes to build the mindset of a true champion. Number 1, set clear goals and visualize success. Champions don't just drift through life. They know exactly what they want, and they work towards it relentlessly. If you don't know where you're going, how will you get there? Set specific, achievable goals, big or small. Every goal gives you direction. Champions visualize success. They see themselves succeeding in their mind before they ever do it in real life. Spend time each day imagining your goals as if they're already real. Train your mind to believe it's possible. Number 2, commit to consistency. Talent might get you started, but consistency keeps you in the game. Champions show up whether they feel like it or not. They know that progress happens little by little, not all at once. Even on the bad days, take one step forward. Small actions compound into greatness over time. A champion's mindset is about mastering the daily grind. Champions win because they are consistent when others give up. Success isn't built in a day, it's built every day. Number 3, embrace failure as part of growth. Here's the truth, failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every champion has failed, but instead of quitting, they learned from it. Failing is feedback. When things don't go as planned, champions ask, what can I learn from this? Champions aren't afraid of mistakes. They see challenges as opportunities to grow stronger. Every time you fall, you have 2 choices: stay down or get up and keep going. Champions always get up. Number 4, master your mindset under pressure. The difference between a champion and everyone else isn't just skill, it's how they perform under pressure. Champions know that pressure is a part of life, and they train their minds to stay calm and focused when things get tough. When pressure builds, focus on what you can control, like your breathing, your actions, and your attitude. Champions remind themselves that setbacks are temporary and that nothing will break their spirit. Pressure isn't there to stop you, it's there to show you what you're made of. Number 5, build discipline and self-belief. Champions don't rely on motivation, they rely on discipline. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline keeps you moving forward even when it's hard. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Along the way, you'll need to cultivate self-belief. Champions believe in themselves even when no one else does. If you don't believe you can, who will? Number 6, surround yourself with excellence. Champions understand the power of environment. You can't build a champion mindset if you surround yourself with negativity. Find people who challenge you, encourage you, and push you to become better. Cut out distractions and toxic influences that hold you back. Champions guard their energy and stay laser focused on their goals. Success leaves clues. Study those who've walked the path you want to walk. The choice is yours. Developing a champion mindset isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every day is a new chance to show up, to push yourself a little harder, and to get a little bit better. You won't always feel motivated, and you'll have setbacks, but champions keep going no matter what. Ask yourself, what's stopping you? Champions aren't born, they're built, one decision at a time. Start today, train your mind, build your discipline, and become the champion of your own life. Because in the end, the only person who can stop you is you. What if I told you that the way you start your morning determines the kind of day you'll have? Your mornings are like a launching pad. Get them right, and the rest of the day aligns. But here's the secret. Having productive mornings isn't about being perfect. It's about adopting simple, consistent habits that set you up for success. Let's explore 5 powerful morning habits that you can practice to make each day more productive and purposeful. Number 1, get moving. Even if it's just a little, starting your day with some physical activity activates both your body and your mind. Whether it's a quick stretch, a brisk walk, or a 20-minute workout, moving your body jumpstarts your energy levels. Exercise not only improves your mood, but it also sharpens your focus for the rest of the day, helping you tackle tasks with more clarity. Number 2, soak in the sunlight. Getting outside or letting the natural light in tells your brain, hey, it's time to wake up. Exposure to morning light resets your internal clock, making you feel more alert and less sluggish. A few minutes outside, even if it's just sipping coffee on your porch, makes a huge difference in setting a positive tone for the day. Number 3, practice gratitude or mindful moments. The mind has a natural tendency to focus on the negative. It's wired that way for survival. But when you take a moment to breathe and express gratitude, even for small things, you rewire your brain. Whether it's a quick meditation, a gratitude journal entry, or simply affirming, today will be a good day. These mindful practices help you stay grounded. Number 4, make your bed and organize your space. It might seem trivial, but making your bed in the morning gives you an immediate sense of accomplishment. It's a small task that creates momentum for the rest of your day. When your environment is neat, your mind feels clearer, leaving you more focused to take on the bigger challenges ahead. And finally, number 5, plan your day with purpose. Planning doesn't have to be rigid, but having a rough idea of your goals makes a world of difference. Take a moment to jot down what you want to achieve. Whether it's a big task or a small one, having a plan gives your day direction and ensures you're in control rather than reacting to everything around you. Each of these habits is simple on its own, but together they build a routine that fuels success. Consistency is the key. Some days will be harder than others, but the more you practice these habits, the easier it becomes. So what will you do tomorrow morning? Will you roll out of bed and let the day happen to you? Or will you take charge, one habit at a time, to shape your future? It starts with small steps, but those small steps will take you far. Make tomorrow count. We live in a world that loves quick fixes, instant results, and overnight success. We're obsessed with instant gratification and speedy resolutions. And we get frustrated with delays or distant rewards. We want everything quickly and we want it now. Let me tell you the truth, long-term achievement doesn't happen that way. It's not about these big victories or luck. It's about the small choices we make every single day. And these choices, well, they're powered by discipline. Discipline isn't flashy. It's not exciting, and it's definitely not easy. But it's the one thing that'll take you from where you are right now to where you want to be. Whether you're trying to build a business, improve your health, learn a new skill, or just become a better version of yourself, discipline is the key. Now, I know discipline can sound like a tough word. We sometimes think of it as restricting or boring, but in reality, it's the most freeing thing there is. When you're disciplined, you're not at the mercy of your moods or distractions. You're in control. You get to decide where your time, your energy, and your focus goes. Think about it. How often do we start something strong, only to lose motivation a few weeks in? It's easy to be motivated at the beginning when everything is new and exciting. But what happens when that initial energy fades? This is where discipline steps in. Discipline says, I don't feel like it today, but I'm going to do it anyways. It says, I'm tired, but I'm still going to show up. The thing is, showing up day after day is what leads to growth. It's what separates the people who succeed from the people who give up when things get tough. Discipline doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you'll never have bad days. It simply means you keep going even when it's hard. It means sticking with your goals when the excitement wears off. It's about commitment, and commitment fueled by discipline, that leads to success. So how do you build discipline? Simple. Start small. You don't have to change everything overnight. Set a goal. Make one promise to yourself and stick with it. Over time, these small wins will build your confidence and strengthen your resolve. It's not about being the best right now. It's about being consistent. It's about doing the work even when you don't feel like it. And over time, those small efforts will start to add up. Before you know it, you'll have built something amazing. Stay disciplined. Keep showing up, because that's the secret to any long-term achievement. Do you consider yourself strong? And you can frame my question any way you like, be it physical strength or mental strength. Take a minute right now to give yourself a self-evaluation. But consider this. What made you strong? If it's the physical strength you've been pondering, what made those muscles? If it was your mental strength, what brought on your inner power? I'll answer both of these questions because in each case, what made you stronger was resistance. See, you didn't build those muscles unless you were lifting or pushing something heavy. You needed the resistance to force those muscles to grow. That mental strength you've got, well, it came from overcoming experiences or reframing past experiences to your advantage. When life brought you challenges, you took them on and they made you stronger. And that's where I want to go with this video. Because so many of us try to avoid the very things that ultimately will make us stronger. We try to avoid the resistance because it's uncomfortable. But we forget that this temporary pain will only make us stronger in the long run. It's all about how we view the situation. If I want bigger muscles, I have to hit the weights and do the uncomfortable things. Because what'll happen is the muscles will repair and they'll grow bigger. There's no other way. Same thing for mental strength. I can't skip the uncomfortable situations and think that I'll be better off for it. No, the way to build that mental muscle is to go through what is uncomfortable. Because when I do, after the dust has settled, I'll see that I've survived. And now I have the knowledge and experience that these situations have brought me. The reason we try to avoid growth, be it physical or mental, is because it's uncomfortable. We've attached pain to it. What we forget to see is that beyond the pain, well, there lies the pleasure. There lies the growth we'll get by having gone through the pain. Take a minute right now and think about the things you've been putting off. Maybe it's going to the gym, or it's a project that you keep delaying because you're not sure where to start. What pain have you attached to it? Write it down. Let it sink in. Now, write down what pleasure you'll get by taking action now. Feel it enter your body. Remember that you've overcome so much already, and all of it has made you stronger. This next chapter is no different. These little challenges or obstacles you're facing right now, well, they're nothing but the resistance you need to build the strengths that'll make you even more powerful in the end. There's a reason why planes take off against the wind. It's because they need the resistance to climb higher, and you are no different. Today's pain is tomorrow's pleasure. Take it on. Your future self will thank you. Are you spending your time or are you investing your time? That's the question that came up in a recent feed, and it got me thinking because ironically, at that moment when the question was presented, I was aimlessly scrolling, totally unaware of what I was even doing. Yes, even mindset coaches can get caught up in doing mindless things. There's an interesting stat that says people only use their conscious mind 5% of the time, which means that 95% of our daily activity is subconscious. Now, I've been aware of this stat for quite a while, and I even use it in my coaching and presentations, yet here I was, subconsciously spending time on mindless activities. So maybe it was a divine intervention, because when that question came up, it activated my conscious mind. It got me to thinking. If we see time as a commodity, there's a limited supply. We're obviously here for a finite period. Eventually, time will run out for all of us. So how we use that time suddenly becomes valuable. In the financial world, the wealthy understand this concept. By spending, I may get an immediate return, but the real wealth is created when they invest. The investment may not pay dividends right away, but with time, they'll be richer in the long run. When we spend our time, that time is gone. Sure, there might be some enjoyment in the moment, but there's no long-term return. However, if I invest my time, then for sure there'll be a return because I've used my time to bring about something greater. Let me give you some examples of subtle changes that you can make that'll transform spending your time into investing your time. We all enjoy watching a good movie. So how about instead of the mindless action flicks, we make a switch to a documentary, something that will empower the mind. One of my favorite things to do is watch sports documentaries. After all, they combine two of my favorite things, sports and the human struggle to overcome adversity. In almost every one I watch, what's highlighted is the athlete's mindset to achieve the greatness. Next, instead of that reality TV show you've been glued to, how about you spend that hour reading about history or biography? There are some great books out there, but I bet you haven't put in the effort. Here's a stat that blows my mind. 1/3 of high school graduates never read another book after leaving school. They invested their time while in school, but have since become spenders. The changes don't have to be drastic, and it doesn't have to be a total switch to just investing. I'll admit, there are some benefits to spending, like the immediate gratification, but the investing is where the real power lies. In Joe Rogan's podcast, he says to be productive, pretend there's a documentary crew following you around. If there were cameras on you 24/7, how would your days change? My guess is that a lot of you spenders will turn into investors. In the pursuit of human achievement, there's one characteristic that stands out above all others. One simple factor that ultimately determines success or failure. See, in your moments of despair, it's your commitment, your determination, and your overall persistence that will determine your fate. It's your unwavering resolve to keep pushing forward even when the path ahead seems shrouded in darkness. It's your refusal to surrender to the whispers of doubt and the screams of adversity. Persistence is the guiding light through the storm, illuminating the path to greatness. Look around you. You'll see countless examples of individuals who embody the essence of persistence in their pursuit of excellence. Take the story of J.K. Rowling, for instance. Before the world knew her as the mastermind behind the Harry Potter series, She faced rejection after rejection from publishers who couldn't see the magic in her words. But did she give up? Did she let the weight of disappointment crush her dreams? Absolutely not. Rowling persisted, fueled by her unwavering belief in the power of her story. And in the end, her perseverance paid off, propelling her to literary stardom and inspiring millions of readers around the globe. Or consider the many journeys of Elon Musk, whose name has become synonymous with innovation and ambition. From the early days of PayPal to the groundbreaking advancements of SpaceX and Tesla, Musk has faced more than his fair share of setbacks and skeptics. Yet through it all, he's remained undeterred in his pursuit of revolutionizing the way we live and explore the cosmos. His secret? A relentless commitment to pushing the boundaries of what's possible, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. But let's not confine our exploration of persistence to the realms of celebrity and fame. Every day, ordinary people around the world are writing their own stories of triumph over adversity. They're the single parents working multiple jobs to provide a better future for their children. They're the aspiring entrepreneurs pouring their blood, sweat, and tears into their passion projects, refusing to let failure define them. They're the students burning the midnight oil in pursuit of their dreams, knowing that success is not guaranteed, but earned. Hey, I know, it's easy to succumb to the allure of retreat when the road ahead seems daunting. It's tempting to fall back into our comfort zones when faced with the specter of constant resistance or potential failure. But let me tell you, greatness is not reserved for the faint of heart. It's not handed out on a silver platter to those who are content to settle for the status quo. If you're one of the few that dare to act beyond dreams, you need to embrace the power of grit in your own life. When the journey grows long and the obstacles seem insurmountable, remember the words of Winston Churchill. If you're going through hell, keep going. And when you reach that mountaintop of success, you'll look back on your journey with pride, knowing that it was your relentless determination that carried you through the darkest nights and brought you into the light of victory. Let nothing stand in the way of your dreams. It's not the most talented or the most educated who achieve greatness. It's those who refuse to quit, no matter what.